never shot a bobcat that good, let alone a bobcat and a coyote. So I wasn't really expecting a whole lot on this first outing.
Some say it's the last great free hunt in America. I say it's the greatest hunting experience on earth. I'm Gary Robertson. I called up and killed my first coyote when I was 10 years old. Even after all these years, watching nature's greatest athletes come running in triggers something deep down inside. It may be the echoes of my predator calls or the distant chorus of hounds on a hot trail. This is Carnivore.
Carnivore is made possible through a partnership with Ruger, rugged, reliable firearms, Trijicon, brilliant aiming solutions, Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable, and The Freak, the world's first and only ultrasonic game call.
I grew up deer hunting, but there's just something about going after a predator versus the white-tailed deer. Yes, white-tailed deer is extremely smart, but a predator, that's just at a whole other level.
His buddies call him Vic, but that's really his last name. Dorman Vic knows in China it's common to have a first name last, but he spent his whole life talking until he's blue in the face correcting people who get his last name backwards. But there's one thing that can leave Dorman Vic totally speechless.
Coyote, right there. He was right there. I'm gonna get my squeak. See if I can get him back to come back in.
Dorman Vic knows there's not many second chances with a coyote that is just about in his lap. But he also knows ultrasonic sounds from the Freak can make a coyote do some strange things.
Yeah. Oh man. Man, that coyote, I mean, he come out right here on top of me. Like, I mean, right here. Turned, spotted me. He went down this other side of this fence line, and I mean, I can't believe he came back in. He was 10 yards from me right here, looked right at me. I mean, eyeball to eyeball, came back in, and the squeak, what can I say? The squeak brought him right back to it. Let's go take a look at this coyote. Man, wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a coyote. What a coyote. Man, I mean, it's a game of cat and mouse, and I tell you what, it plays more to the favor when you've got this call in your hand. For a coyote to come out on you, right there on top of you like that, make eye contact with you, turn around and leave, you change the calls to this high-pitched squeak, play the volume a little bit, and he comes right back.
It's one more time Dorman witnesses a first when it comes to using ultrasonics when calling predators. And it takes his mind back to the very first time he ever used our state-of-the-art Freak predator call. When the Freak call arrives, you'll want to take it from the package, take it from the box, and on top, the first thing you're probably going to see is a list of all the sounds that are on the call. Like so many new Freak users, our unboxing video takes him step by step, setting up the caller for optimum effect. Dorman barely makes it through the 10-minute video before he's headed out for his first hunt.
After I get it and I unbox it, you know, it's like anything brand new. This thing's got a remote, and I'm thinking, Lord, just let me be able to go out hunting with it and be able to control and navigate the controls. So I wasn't really expecting a whole lot on this first outing. The first time that I actually turned it on, I made the fatal mistake of being inside my house. Let's just say my wife, she wasn't too happy about it going off inside the house. Going into trying to select your sets for predator hunting, A lot of things go into the equation. One being that we were dealing with was really cold conditions. We had a nasty mist going on, and then just a dull gray overcast. We had a little bit of wind, so I decided the best spot to put it wasn't very far away from me at all. And I thought, well, it's the only spot I really have that made the most amount of sense. As I'm sitting there and I look up, and this Roadrunner comes puffed up, and now I got a Roadrunner trying to get this animal out of the box. It's within inches of the box, which was just so exciting to watch, because I'd never seen a Roadrunner act like that. Something catches my attention to the left. Man, look at that hawk right there going straight to the speaker. And it was a Harris hawk. It was coming in so hot, followed by a caracara with the same interest on what this noise was coming from this box.
I've gotten so many emails from folks who say there's nothing like the feeling of seeing that first animal responding to a brand new freak, just out of the box. But what happens next rattles Darman's cage, to say the least.
Bobcat, bobcat. I'm really fond of this ranch, deer hunting it. This is really my first outing to go predator hunting on this ranch.
It's Darman Vic's first time out with his brand new ultrasonic caller, the Freak. First trip, first setup, first panic attack when he spots something he can hardly believe.
Bobcat, bobcat, bobcat. This cat appears. I mean, boom, it's there. And when I say there, stalked in, locked in, it's almost like the sounds that this bobcat was hearing had it mesmerized to the point that it didn't even see me there. I had to get in position in a hurry. The adrenaline rush that took over was just a feeling like no other. Holy smokes. Man, I mean right on the call. I can't believe I just took the Freak out of the box, charged the battery, came out here, set it up, and bam, bam, right there. Bobcat, on top of the Freak. Look, the call, the cat. The call, the cat. I mean, that's not like 1, 2, 3 steps. Wow, wow, wow. Man, what a pretty cat. What an absolutely pretty cat. First time out, first animal with this, it's unheard of. I'm a welder, I'm not a professional predator hunter.
It comes as no surprise that Darman called in a bobcat his very first time out with the Freak. And it has a special meaning to a guy who finds it almost impossible to find any time for hunting.
Show them who you are. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Darman Vic is the face of the trades, certainly in the state of Texas, and I will suggest to you, potentially across this country.
I'm proud of each and every one of y'all.
One of the most decorated, talented welding teachers in the country.
Darman's dedication to America's trades and guiding young people into solid careers has put him in the spotlight in this movement to fill the void of skilled workers now at a critical stage.
It's time we start investing in bringing our trades back.
What's your name?
I've worked tirelessly for decades, screaming from the mountaintops that it's time we unvilify our trades.
In fact, it was Governor Perry and the Commissioner of Education who selected Darman Vic to help them develop a statewide program to offer vocational education to every student in Texas.
I've been traveling around the state of Texas, checking out tons of programs to be able to figure out how can we magnify this and get this vocational tsunami to take over Texas for our youth.
Somehow I found the time to help create a statewide vocational education program.
Darman Vic has visited multiple campuses across the state that can be a model for the statewide system of which every young person in the state can have access to the trades.
This is critical. We need to have this. It needs to be accessible in every community.
What I hear most is that it's a dying industry.
You're gonna jam up.
Between teaching welding and helping an entire state recover from the skilled trades drought, Dorman Vic barely has time to spend in the outdoors, but armed with the world's first ultrasonic caller, the Freak, he now has all the tools he needs on his side. Another bobcat slips into Dorman Vic's personal space as Carnivore continues.
During deer season, everybody ends up killing a coyote here and there while they're hunting deer, and yeah, it's no real big deal when they bring them back into camp. But there's something about when you bring a South Texas bobcat into camp that makes all your friends envious of what you just did. As this hunt progresses, driving this Polaris all over this ranch and putting miles and miles and miles, but the drizzle, it wouldn't stop. The weather was cold and just nothing with fur was responding. There was plenty of feathered animals responding. Hawks, carcaras, they were responding, but nothing with fur. And the only thing I could contest it was just had to do with this heavy mist and mixed with this cold weather, just had them locked down.
Dorman Vic's good fortune on his first hunt using the Freak could lead him to believe there's a bobcat at every stand. But while ultrasonics are the highest quality sounds in the world, Mother Nature has the last word. The heavy clouds and drizzle seem to have shut everything down, but Dorman's putting in the miles and not giving up.
As the day went on, the weather finally broke. The clouds disappeared, and it was almost like instantly the temperature changed by 20 degrees. It was 20 degrees warmer. I was shedding out of my coats, my overalls, with a lot more inspiration that the coyotes and bobcats were going to start going on the move now that this weather had changed by such a drastic measure. It seemed like only minutes from the weather changing to the set that I was on that it hit the call.
Dorman is greeted by the ever so popular air support, and that's always a good sign.
This coyote right there, close.
It happened so quick with this coyote coming out because I'd no more sat down and hit the call, and then here he is. I was able to get my composure, I was able to get on him, and this coyote actually progressed to the call. Yes, oh man. Holy smokes, what a South Texas coyote. Whew, God, man, that was another close one, like super close. I had a flood of emotions after I was able to pull the trigger and get this South Texas coyote on the ground. And it was just within minutes that all of this happens. I mean, I'm fighting bad weather, weather changes. I no more than just sat down, I hit the call, and boom, coyote's on top of me. Man, what a coyote. What a coyote. Young dog, but man, I mean, just super close. Another one that the Freak has brought in absolutely super close. To be able to take one of these predators that can be so elusive and to be able to actually put your hands on them, nothing else on planet Earth can create this feeling.
Predator hunting is a game of highs and lows, much like the weather. It seems on this day on this South Texas ranch, the hotter and brighter the sun gets, the hunting gets better.
I'm walking down the pipeline to a spot that I had a lot of hope in. It was where a lot of roads crossed. It looked good. It looked really, really good. But I had to go through this gate. And it seemed like when I touched the chain, it just magnified like it was an echo that was going through the woods. I finally was able to get through the gate, be able to identify where I wanted to make my set at. The adrenaline rush that happens, your mind's running a mile a minute. What really, really excites me is I know these animals have not heard this new technology. This ultrasonic technology, these animals haven't heard it. This is the newest thing on the market. And it's the most real sound on the market. Been calling for about 10 minutes or so, and all of a sudden I look down and some movement catches my attention down the road, and I look up. Oh, bobcat coming in. this past year, I've had the luxury of traveling the state and getting to meet so many students and teachers and instructors that teach vocational trades. And talking to these students and hearing them say that, well, they just don't know where they would have been without their electrical class or their plumbing or their welding or automotive. They never, ever felt like they would meet the heights that they're going to now. I mean, these kids have direction. They're saying, yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. They're holding a door open. They're taking their hat off when they meet a lady. It's more that we're teaching than just how to use your hands. It's how to be a good human being. We used to do that in this country, and it's time we go back to doing that.
For a man who's dedicated his entire life to finding a pathway to success for so many young people, and now finding solutions for young people across the entire state of Texas, Dorman Vick finds little opportunity to get down to South Texas for a late season predator hunt. So far, he's taken a bobcat on the very first time he ever set the freak on the ground, then spotting a coyote that couldn't resist the ultrasonic sounds. Now in the heat and bright sun, he spotted another bobcat.
Bobcat coming in. Down here on the left. He's following the road in. It's probably about 100 yards out, and my heart is just about to pound out of my shirt. I cannot believe that it's a bobcat coming in, and it wasn't like this bobcat darted in. This bobcat came in with a mission in mind. It had no idea that a human was anywhere close. Because of this sound waves that this call produces, all right, he's in that brush. I'm gonna give him the high-pitched squeak. Now I have to admit, I was a little bit let down because I thought, man, I may have just missed my opportunity. And I went back to the call and I picked a high-pitched squeak and I turned it down real low. And I started zoning in closer to the actual box on where I had it set up. Oh man, there he is. He's right on the other side of the call. This cat comes in locked in and took step after slow step, coming closer and closer to the call. Straight on like that, that's not a very big target. It was so locked in to the call and to that feather that it did not see me, and it kept progressing forward and forward and forward, but man, it was a tough shot. My nerves were at an all-time high. Man, that had to have been the best thing of this whole weekend. Wow. Super close. Another one super close. Whoa. Another coyote coming in. Coyote sitting out a little past 100 yards. A double. I never shot a bobcat and a coyote. Oh, golly. Definitely a hunt I'm going to remember for a lifetime. He's right here by this call. Like, man, super. Whoa. Oh, man. Yes. Gosh darn. Oh, what an awesome cat. Love the spots on this one. This one's got just a lot of natural camouflage built in. It's a miracle they even saw him. Pretty cat. A double. You get a bobcat here and a coyote right down the road. Whew. Wow, what a memory. I can say what Gary's created in this call is just, there's nothing like it on planet Earth. That coyote's laying right here, where almost exactly where this cat came down the road and then cut across. Yeah. Oh man. I'm sure there's gonna come a time that I'm gonna be able to play with the call just to see how much even closer that I can get the bobcat to come in. But for right now, I'm gonna take my trophies home and I'm gonna always look at them and remember this hunt that I just came off of and enjoy those memories.
It's the first time we've been able to send a camera out with someone on their very first hunt with the Freak, the world's most advanced electronic predator call. Dorman Vick, who's become the patron saint of vocational education in Texas, puts the same amount of passion into his hunting. Just like the Freak opens so many opportunities for success in the outdoors, Dorman Vick is working to steer young people into a life working with their hands. And that, to say the least, is a life well spent.
For every kid that I meet and every story that I hear only inspires me to keep going. Till my last breath, I'm gonna keep fighting for our trades to bring them back into this state and this nation, to bring it back like it's never been seen.
Carnivore is made possible through a partnership with Ruger, rugged, reliable firearms, Trigicon, brilliant aiming solutions, Hornady, accurate, deadly, dependable, and the Freak, the world's first and only ultrasonic game call.